live, baby. We live. Hey. I don't know what's going on with the live, with the video.
The thing is,
I know why we always having glitches and whatnot.
they still do me.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
My light just disappeared. What is up, y'all? Welcome to MelBee and a Cup of Joe. Back with another episode.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, today we are also putting out there, we are doing a contest. You want to explain it a little bit, Mel?
Yes, we're doing a contest. You got to share. And this contest is for our Facebook watchers. So if you're watching on Facebook, the contest ends tonight. Okay, you have until 11:59. Okay, to share this live as many times as possible. We have to be able to verify that you shared it. We have to be able to verify that you liked MelBee, that you're following us. And yes, and we're gonna send you a cash app. What's the cash app, guys? $30, y'all. $30. So yes, share, like, comment, and I mean, get you $30. It's pretty much free money for watching our show and sharing and being a loyal watcher.
Right. You don't even have to give up the pussy. You just go ahead.
Yo, you getting spicy over there. That's me saying stuff like that.
Well, it's almost close to that 40. So,
I was going to say, another 10, you might have to give up the drawers, but, we're going to keep it PG.
Yeah, gotcha. But just for now.
Whoa. Hey, how you doing, girl? Thanks for joining. Yes, Candace. I hope you heard the rules of the game. Like, share as much as you can our show, and send us your cash app. Once we verify how many shares by 11:59, cash app you $30. Word. And also, I want to say that if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, share. Yeah. And tell a friend to tell a friend too. I mean,
Word of mouth still works. Word of mouth definitely still works.
Yes.
That's what's up.
What that mouth do? What that mouth do? I was about to say, what that mouth do?
Right.
And
then, please don't front like you can't use that 30 real quick, because everybody can just run to that corner store, get you a top cheese or something, you know what I'm saying, and get you drinks or whatever. So it'll work out. We definitely gonna do that and make that happen tonight. So this is no scam. We are definitely putting it back out there to our listeners and the people. Yeah. All right. So today we're gonna get into the topic. It's this is my week's topic, which is red flags in dating. So we are gonna just bounce around a couple of ideas. This is not universal red flags. Some can be, and some are not. Some could just be off of preference. Feel free for all our Facebook listeners to go ahead, and if you got some red flags, post in the comments, and we will definitely address it and put it out there. We love participation, and as we go ahead and proceed with this show. So
let's get on to the show.
All right. All right. So pretty much we're gonna put some dating red flags. So have you pretty much been on a date? And who was it? Was it you, Brandy? Yeah, it was Brandy. When we had that nice fun comment on our page about what made you not go on a second date with someone.
Oh yeah, it was petty. that was a petty. It wasn't really a red flag. It was just very petty of me.
Right.
Just of electronics. I just wasn't feeling so. Keep it real. What was it? An Android, and I'm an Apple girl. Like, I just love Apple, and I just felt like the connection wasn't going to work. Like, when you're sending me message and it says 2 of 7, I just can't get with that. I like FaceTime. I just, that's something that we just don't have in common. It wasn't a red flag. It was just my preference.
So you couldn't have just upgraded him?
I mean, he was adamant with that Android. He was like,
whoa. Can I pause that? What you mean upgrade him before the second day? She's supposed to buy him an iPhone?
No, I know he wasn't talking about
that. You know what I'm saying? It makes it cheaper.
Yes, and it's Team iPhone.
Yes.
That's right, baby. iPhone, iPod, I'm on my MacBook. I just liked it. I mean, that's just me. I mean, there was other things too that I wasn't feeling. That wasn't like the end all be all, but yeah, that definitely was like, but yeah, it wasn't a red flag.
Right, it was something. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw like a red flag out there. We're gonna just bounce some around amongst each other, and you could think of it. Would that be something that you would normally consider? And it could also help people too, because some people might have negative traits and toxic traits about themselves. They meet someone and don't realize that people are paying attention to things that you're saying and doing. So you might be like, take a look at yourself and be like, damn, I probably shouldn't say that or do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from there. For example, you meet a dude and first date, second date, you find out about his baby mama. And he be like, that bitch and this hoe and this, that, and the third. Would you consider that a red flag?
That is a red flag. I don't even want to hear about your baby mother on the first date, first of all. Second of all, if you're talking bad about her, talking bad about anybody, but especially the mother of your children, it's a no-go.
No matter how bad their relationship is, he can't.
That's none of my business, especially on the first date. Okay. I don't want to know. Keep that shit between y'all and the courts.
between you and the courts.
All right. So what about you, Mel? How do you feel about that? Because everybody's red flag ain't the same for everybody.
That's
so
true.
We're gonna run it. We're gonna run a cycle through and see if that still holds true for everyone.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm heavy.
Yeah.
I want to say low self-esteem is a big red flag for me. Like, if you can kind of tell when a guy got low self-esteem, like if you be like, oh, I know you probably not attracted to dudes like me, and just kind of like just a vibe. Like his vibe is low vibing dudes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put that in the category of low self-esteem, because if you got low self-esteem, you low vibing, and you're gonna be messing up, the energy and the flow of the date.
I'm sorry, I'm my language. Right, like in my face. But go ahead, continue.
So you
low vibing and low self-esteem, it all flows down the same river of a red flag.
Yeah.
So for him to do that on the first, I mean, all right. So wouldn't you? Let me flip it on that then. Would you consider that a compliment, because maybe he feel like you might be out of his league?
But don't tell me that. Like, I mean, it's one thing to give me a compliment and say, wow, you're beautiful, or sorry, I got like hair in my face. Nothing is wrong with complimenting a woman. We love compliments. Compliments and water. That's what we need to survive in life. But we're also, when I say we, I mean women, we're also attracted to men that think highly of themselves, because that means that they can protect us. If something happens, like God forbid we out and he needs to protect me in some type of way. If he got low self-esteem, he gonna be hiding and probably throw me out there to fight or ward off the burglars or whatever, So high self-esteem and just thinking highly of yourself is very attractive, and it just shows that you know where you're headed in life. For me, like I feel like that's attractive.
Okay. Some women mistaken that as you being a jerk too and being conceited.
Well, yeah, of course, everything in moderation, like, because we can also tell, like, when I say women, like, for myself, speaking for myself, I can tell when someone is like fronting or faking their self-esteem or trying to come off as a beta, but trying to come off as an alpha, and they're really a beta.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Joe, he actually doesn't believe in beta, but I do. You know, I feel like it's an energy about you. Like you command respect, you're authoritative, you're like very sure of yourself, and you don't need like constant reassurance from a woman. That's a turn on. You know, but if you're trying to like act like, yeah, I'm the man and I got this going on and that going on, but if you overdoing it, that's gonna show up like a red flag to me. Like he's lying. Like he don't really feel like that about himself. Like you know.
Good, B.
No, just to piggyback off of the low self-esteem, I feel like guys that have low self-esteem cheat more because they have something to prove. I do. I feel like, you know what? You know, I have to feel bad about myself. I have to see if I can try, if I still got it. Like they have something to prove to themselves. And they also can be very emotionally abusive towards you because they feel bad about themselves, so they reflect that energy onto you. Yes, Candace, sorry. No ambition or goal. Definitely a red flag. Ding, ding, ding. Hit that right on the head. Like, we don't got time for that right there. No ambition, no goals. Sitting around playing the PlayStation all day, eating up the kids' snacks. No.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so
what about you, Joe? What's your red flags?
Oh, red flags. Ooh, that's a bunch of those. You know how.
If you could remember, because you know you got a girlfriend.
Loving it. So one of them ones was biggest. Of course, the obvious one was hygiene. I used to be a dental assistant, and one of the things that my teacher told me in dental assisting was that if a chick doesn't take care of her teeth, she don't take care of her vagina. When I used to go out on dates and I look at your mouth and I see all that caked up yellow and all that white.
No, you made my stomach turn.
Then I'll be like, nah, I think I'm good. So that means that, yeah, that
made me just clean my teeth. Like, let me do this.
Right. And that's a part of the whole bodily hygiene. Like the best thing I would say about my girlfriend, like she takes constant showers.
Wow.
Constantly showering. Yep, go ahead, drink to it. Go ahead, do that. Constantly showering. Every time even when she goes take a dump, she gets in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just in there. So I love that. I love the hygiene aspect of it, and I think that's pretty dope. And I also have women who sometimes I've been around them and I can smell their underarms. That's like that's crazy. Like I always
you always got these war stories.
Man, you always be messing with garbage pail kids. Remember the garbage pail kids from back in the days? You always got some story about some dirty drawers, tampons in the bed, caked up teeth. What else, Joe?
Man,
yeah, the one girl had the chocolate candy wrapper in the bed.
That was funny. She had a half melted chocolate bar in her bed. That's it, from her laying on it, and the other half is solid. I was like,
so pretty shit.
But yeah, I'm glad all those is over now. So but there's definitely stories I would never forget. Yeah, as far as me, any man, I consider the women that have the utmost and the best hygiene out there. You know what I'm saying? I really don't expect for me to be around a woman and not smell, or that she be smelling bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's one big major normal thing that should not happen. B.
Some people, I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just throw that out because I don't want anybody to feel bad that's watching our show. There are some people that legit have disorders where they cannot. It's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
I'm laughing.
Legit can't. Like they just, no matter how much they shower, they just have like an odor to them. I forgot the name of it, but they just do. Doesn't matter what they do, they just have like a funky odor. So, to anybody out there that has like that condition, we're not making fun of you. But I mean, that's his red flag, I guess. Some people feel like that could be a red flag, but
Yeah, but like I said, it's not my red flag anymore. So, but it's out there though. I'm putting it out there for all the other out there. But yeah. Go ahead, B. What's your next one?
me again?
Yeah, we gotta rotate.
If you have kids and you don't see them, they're not in your life, you don't mention them, it's like, oh, my baby mother won't let me see the kids, or they live down south, and just excuses. And I'm not talking about you pay child support every month. I need hands on. Like, I want to see you with your kids. That's a big red flag to me, because if you can't be loyal to your kids, you can't be loyal to anybody. Like, that's a big red flag.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mel?
Minimal effort. It's a huge red flag for me. Like, it's hard out here in these dating streets, okay? Can we just talk about how hard it is out here in these dating streets for Joe, you got a girlfriend now, but it's people like me and B that's still single over here. And I'm gonna need him to put in some effort. I'm sorry. Like, you telling me, about your hopes and dreams for the future and 2030 and all of this stuff is not affecting me and the now. Like, what are you doing now? Like, how can we connect now? How can you show me? What are you going to do to show me that you're serious about me? I don't want to hear about future plans unless it's a date,
So you mean more action rather than words?
Right.
Gotcha.
When I say minimal effort, meaning that a lot of the times men think that they could just shower you with compliments and then you're going to want to have sex with them. Like, before the second date. Or before the third
date. Even before the first date. They want
or before the first date. But I'm just saying, like, that's how soon that they are really thinking that these compliments are going to get them what they want without them actually, investing any time or energy or effort or money or anything,
Gotta get your $40 up.
I mean, more than $40. I mean, take me on a real date.
Yeah.
Show me that you.
Right? What happened to chivalry and whining and dining, and it's just gone. Like, I feel like I'm in the wrong era. Like, I was born at the wrong time.
Definitely feel like I agree with you on that.
So, Vanessa, we definitely going to address overly sensitive people. We ain't gonna just say men. It might be that's definitely the theme for this time period. People are overly sensitive. They expect you to come nice and packaged and perfectly know everything about you before you even have a thorough, good conversation. So as soon as you get offended or as soon as they say something that you don't like, you're quick to cut them off, ghost them, and just put them out your life. But in reality is you haven't even given them a chance because y'all just knowing each other. So, but there are highly overly sensitive people.
I feel like Joe is talking to me.
Wow.
Not at all. We had a discussion similar to this, but it wasn't.
Because Joe be telling me all the time that I don't give people a chance. I be like, nope, block, delete. That's it. It's over. Don't call me.
Mel admits to it that she does do that, but and I think it's another thing. I don't think it's an over. Well, it can be, but I was like, I don't think it's overly sensitive. But there are overly sensitive people. Like, for example, if you're on, let's say if you just got the phone with somebody, you say, hey, I'm about to go do this, and then y'all Facebook friends or Instagram friends, and they see that you're on Instagram or Facebook. And then they be like, oh, so they must not be all that busy. damn, it's like that. You get a message from one of those social media platforms, or you get a text. Oh, what you doing?
Wait, is that your red flag? Because I kind of want to jump in and say another red flag would be jealousy.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
somebody watching you on Facebook and being like, "Oh, well, you said you was going to sleep, but it said you was active 3 minutes ago." It's like that, bro. Like
I had
Facebook.
that. Man, I had that happen before too, and it was with a person I wasn't even dating.
I did that to someone.
That was the worst part.
I did.
Well, you said me?
I did that one time.
You did that?
I was like, wait a minute, you told me. Your ass was on Instagram at 9:59. I did. I went to the jealous stage. I did, and that's from being with someone that was insecure, and he projected all that insecurity on me and made me feel like something was wrong with me, and it was just a vicious cycle. And another red flag.
Yeah.
So
the person that I'm always gonna share a story with y'all. The person that wasn't even dating. Yep, she wasn't even. We wasn't even dating. He just had an interest in me, and I was like, okay, cool. We was friends, and we always established that we were friends because I'm a good communicator, so we don't have a misunderstanding of things. And she was like, I remember one night I was asleep. I think I left my face. You know how you have an iPhone, you got multiple pages open. One of them might be Facebook. But you may not be looking at it necessarily, and it'll show you that you're online on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Oh, I see that I sent you a text message, but I see you live you was on Facebook, and then all of a sudden you just got off Facebook." I'm like, what? I don't got control of what Facebook does and how it determines when I'm on and when I'm not on. So I'm gonna need you not to be checking me like that because we're not even doing it like that. So yeah.
Like I ain't even give you all of this stuff.
Tipping.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, you even get a deep voice out of me. Yeah.
You get a chokehold.
You ain't hit her with the good morning.
Razzle dazzle. Back to the
that's a red flag. If you talk to me, good morning, beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we know that.
That's it. It's over for you.
That's
copy and pasting, texting, guys. Please, original. I'd rather you say good morning, big head. Good morning, booger. I don't care. Something other than good morning, beautiful. I feel like copy and paste that shit and say the same thing every time. It's so annoying. Please, original.
Okay. So we're gonna rotate again. Brandy, what's up? What you got?
I done went like 5 times. Y'all gonna have to
yeah, they're gonna start coming as we rotate. So I already know.
I want to say another red flag for me would be how you treat other people. Like if we're out to dinner and you treat like the waitress kind of like nasty, or you're not opening doors for other people. Like if we're coming out, holding the door. Just your overall mannerisms to the outside world is a big red flag. Yeah. How you treat your mother, your friends, your family. If you have no friends, like those are red flags.
You a serial killer?
Right. Like what are you doing?
Okay. What's up with you, Mel? Or you got a few of them in already? You want to rotate back?
I always got something.
Go ahead.
Oh, if he because I've been on these dating apps past couple of days.
Okay.
I can't even swipe right when a guy that's using Snapchat filters. Like if you got like bunny ears and freckles and scar me. It's a no. That means that you care a little bit too much about. You probably use concealer.
What do with the hair?
Yeah, because he's got a good sense of humor.
There ain't no sense of humor in that shit.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't even do it. Like I don't feel like guys should use filters.
Yeah, I don't feel like it either. I like the filters.
It's a little weird to me. I'm sorry, like it's a little weird. So say overly. I'm gonna because not everybody's on Snapchat, so I'm gonna use give a different example. But just a man that's too into his appearance,
So it's metrosexual.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah.
We're not. That's red flags. We're just talking about. I'm talking about preferences now.
I mean, it's another thing.
Yeah, to me, well, even though it's a preference, like to me, a guy that's too like into his looks is a red flag. Because then it makes me feel like he thinks he's the prize. He's probably gonna want me to chase him and text him first and ask him out and ask him to get on a bended knee and ask him to marry him too. Like
He's a princess.
I don't want no princess. I'm the queen. There can be one queen in this relationship. Okay.
All right. And we're gonna bring up
man. I think he could be my king, but not the queen. Like, you know.
We're gonna highlight Vanessa always at my house and never at his house.
His house is dirty. He
gotta have his own house. Let's talk about that.
He lives with his baby's mother. His baby's mother's always at his house, so he gotta go to your house because
Or
that'd be the number one thing when you meet a guy and they be like, so they be asking you first, so who you stay with?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a grown up, I got my own apartment. Who you stay with? Oh, well, my baby mother, she live with me.
Yeah.
But it's not like that.
She lives with me.
We're not together.
Yeah, that
I sleep on the couch. That's what they be telling me.
That's that cuffing season almost. Next thing you know, he gonna be leaving bills at your crib so he can start being over there.
Once you see that HDMI wire, girls run.
And we grown now. I know we was taking turns, but I just got like, I'm sorry, you gotta have a bank account, like a grown man over 40. Because I don't
have no Cash App card either.
I don't think anybody that's under the age of 40 anymore. He gotta have a bank account. He gotta know. He has to have like some type of financial literacy. I don't expect him to be Warren Buffett and know everything about, stocks and bonds and credit and all of that, but at least have general knowledge and be working on trying to better yourself and your future, your career.
At least be able to know how to write a check and balance a checkbook.
Yeah, I mean, he has to know the basics. Like,
you ever had somebody? You ever had somebody write out a check and just misspell the number, the words and stuff, and then
people still write checks.
Yeah, people still write checks.
Let me guess, that happened to you? Somebody spelled 100 wrong?
I just know it's possible that it happens. It happens to everybody.
I think in the days of text messaging, like I could see if someone is, they know how to spell based on how they text.
Right. I'm gonna say I'm not the strongest speller. I use a lot of shorthand. That could be for my career too, and plus texting. Right. My spelling is kind of off.
I'm getting better, but I used to deduct points for like using the wrong words and not using punctuation.
Proper context. Yeah, like
I used to deduct points. Now I'm not so much. I'm trying not to be a damn English teacher.
Yeah, because I feel like, I know this is going to sound like judgmental or however you want to say it, but I feel like alpha male, a lot of them, I don't know, unless you're really educated in an alpha male, but a lot of them, I consider them like, I don't know, not dumb, but they may be but they're not.
I don't agree. I feel like alpha, they dominate in everything, and that goes back to grade school. They probably had all A's in English, and they know the difference between there, and there, here and here. They know those things. I mean,
I have a red flag.
Yeah.
If you don't have a car or a license and you over a certain age, it's a red flag. I don't want to hear you got DWIs, DUIs, and you got to go to the DMV and fix your life. Nah. If you don't got a license or a car, or if you always, my car's in the shop, I'm not trying to hear that shit. because nobody's car should be in the shop for more than a week. And if your car's in the shop, most likely they'll give you a rental. So no, red flag. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, you ain't got that good insurance that gives you a rental.
Or just like, to me, if you're telling me your car's in the shop, then you don't have a car, because I would never say my car's in the shop. I would just be like, I can't take you out this weekend because, I just can't take you out. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you my car's in the shop if I know I'm getting it back in a couple of days. Like, why would you even need to tell me? So
you're just trying to be transparent.
No, I don't know.
I'm good.
I feel like that car in the shop shit is, I don't have a vehicle. That's just point blank, and I can't drive.
But that's when he hit you with the what had happened was.
Somebody rear-ended me.
I got a question for y'all that would you consider to be a red flag? Would you consider this to be a red flag? Finding somebody that you've known that been with one person most of their life, and then they finally get out to dating and meeting you. Would you consider that a red flag?
No, because I was no, it's not a red flag.
Why would that be a red flag?
Because if, let's say they've been with somebody since they're in their 40s now. They've been with somebody since they was in high school. So whatever happened, either they passed away or they got a divorce or whatever the case may be. So they might be a little more ignorant and oblivious to how dating is now. And
/code, that's code for clingy. They're gonna be clingy to be their next relationship.
Yeah. And they might feel like, okay, the next person I meet is going to be the same person I was with for 20 years.
I understand what you're saying.
And, they pouring all this stuff onto you on day 1, day 2, day 3. Like, yeah, you're going to be my next wife, and I'm going to be the stepfather of your kids, and I'm going to be this. And this is before y'all get through the 5th day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like that's what they bring to you. But for you, and being out in the dating field, you'd be like, this nigga run a game, or he crazy, or what's his deal? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if that would necessarily be a red flag for me, but what would be someone that's like always in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like somebody that's been married a lot, somebody that's
always in a relationship, like you said.
Doesn't know how to be single.
Yeah.
That would bother me, because it's like, okay, what happened why do you feel like you need to be with somebody all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. And what happened with those marriages?
Right.
Like, some people just don't know. They like the idea of being in a committed relationship and a long-term relationship, but they don't know how to sustain it.
Right. And that's more of a red flag to me than being with somebody for 20 years and it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Do you feel like that's a red flag because they don't have experience, like sexual, or like they're not good?
That could be a thing too, because they could just not, they could be not as open, or not as, they might have reservations about not doing it. They might just be what you would consider a goody two shoes. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, man, like, open up a little bit, and but like I said, I think that's a different avenue that some people should look at. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're used to one person, or you might have the tendency of bringing up that person a lot and try to make comparisons to you about them to see if you could fit that same mold of that same person they just had.
That's true too. Mm-hmm. And I think that happens naturally, like
because you've been used to somebody for so long.
Yeah. So I feel like people naturally compare somebody that knew that they need to somebody that they've been with in the past, to help them identify red flags. Like if you was in an abusive relationship and somebody while you're dating, initially meeting them, they start acting like jealous and like asking you who you texting and why y'all not paying attention to me when I'm talking on the podcast. Y'all looking at your phones.
I'm actually sharing the podcast, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's a red flag.
Stuff like that.
Sorry, I never do that.
I'm kidding. But no, I mean, I'm just giving an example of like, things that somebody, if they was like in an abusive relationship and you're doing that on a date or you're hanging out with them and they like snap at you, like, that's kind of like a indicator that they may have been in a situation where they was like feeling self-conscious, maybe they got cheated on or whatever. But on the receiving end, somebody that's like too jealous too soon, it might be a red flag. Like, you're wilding. Like,
this is what be expecting.
yeah, like, why are you worried about who I'm texting on my phone? Like, I don't even know you.
Right. Feel you. Okay. And I'm gonna shoot another one real quick. Let's shoot another one. Bam. Somebody that's super religious and tries to get you to join in with their religion.
Sorry, I believe in the higher power, but do not try to get me to join no church, mama.
The second date be your baptism.
You gotta pray off. I'm good.
But then you consider it to be a red flag, though, because some people get
there she goes. Saint Mel. No, it's not a red flag. It's more of a preference because some people might embrace that and feel like that's what I needed in my life. They might be going through hard times, and you might date somebody, and they're like introducing you to a new religion, and it's like perfect for you. But for me, nah, I'm good on that. It's not a red flag. It's just something that I'm not.
I feel like when I'm getting to know somebody, that's like one of the first questions I ask. If they're religious. Because I have the Bible there because I was cleaning today. I know I bring the Bible out every now and then, but I'm more spiritual. So if I meet somebody and he's like yes, and I don't want to get into the details, but if he's like overly religious, I'm just gonna. It's not necessarily a red flag. It's just more so of like a preference. Like, I don't know if that's for me.
Right. I would say one red flag for me is drinking a lot. Now I know I joke a lot and I do drink on the podcast.
Only on Sunday. Only on God's day.
Right. And Saturday and Friday. But if it's like every day, like if you're waking up in the morning and you go into the store to get a 40 ounce, or like that's your everyday thing, like you're always drinking, it's a no-no. I can't do it.
Yeah, like early.
Cirrhosis of the liver in the next 5-6 years, and then you're gonna have to find a new one.
Right.
So it's
like I need my whole liver now. So yeah, drinking, gambling, any of those type of addictions from early on in a relationship, it's a red flag.
What about smoking weed? Everybody's favorite pastime.
Even that, you smoke way too much. Like if it's like constantly, you like, I can't. No, that's just too much. Every time you turn around, you smelling like weed. I'm smelling like weed. My house smells like weed. My hair smells like weed. We already talked about hygiene. You want your girls pum pum smelling like sour? That's nasty.
What about just eating edibles? Now you ain't smelling nothing.
Okay. If you want to be fine all the time, that's on you. Like, whatever. If I don't smell it, I'm okay with it.
That's what's up. That's honestly. We always got to put the spin for the 2020. You know what I'm saying? So this all good. So all right, I got another one. I'm sorry. I know y'all got. We supposed to be taking turns.
No, this is fine.
What about someone with health conditions that you know about, a pre-existing health condition? Would you consider that a red flag?
All right.
Let's say they have a heart condition.
That's not a red flag to me with health would be like, God, I'm not making fun of anybody. Don't. If you have HIV or herpes, then I feel like you were like, that's more of a red flag because you might have been a little loose or doing something. I don't want to say that because you could have been one time you had sex, you caught it, But that would be more of a red flag.
People don't be telling. People are not open about telling people they have herpes.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
There are some people that are, though. They might just come out like,
people be lying, and I feel like at the end of the day, like most people have been. I'm more so like kind of countering what you saying. Be like, I feel like most people have been exposed to herpes.
Right.
Not everybody like presents it, and
herpes is a it's a genital
it's not just genital. There's like herpes 1 and 2 and 4,000 and all those.
Everybody has herpes 1. That's canker sores. Everybody has that. But then if you have a canker sore and you do oral sex or something, it can turn into herpes simplex.
Two.
You know,
acne.
Genital warts. But like the health condition of
genital warts is HPV.
Yeah. Well, that's a form of herpes, HPV. It's, you know, human papilloma virus, but we're not going to get all technical.
Right.
But yeah, right.
Why?
Flag if you have an STD. If you're telling me you have STDs from the jump, that's a red flag. But
the only reason why I'm saying it like that is because it could be a red flag in the future, because if you have somebody that has a heart condition and you get serious with them and they just die on you, then are you going to be there to take care of them? Or maybe they have a stroke.
How are you going to take care of them when they dead?
I mean, no, I'm just saying, I'm flipping it. Like, all right, maybe either they're going to die 1, or 2, they're going to have a stroke and be incapacitated. Or are you going to be there to take care of them down the road? Because you consider that to be a red flag.
No, not unless he's my husband. I don't got no ring on my finger. Bye. I hope you get well soon.
I mean, anybody can just have a stroke and die. You can die from anything. So
choking on the egg. Yeah, I know.
You tell me, oh, we on our first date. Listen, I have a colostomy bag, or I have a problem, whatever. And I really like you. I wouldn't just be like, oh, that's a red flag. I would just say in my head, like, well, damn, bitch, you might be nursing home for health in the next 10 years. Make sure he got life insurance. No, seriously. But more to me, like I said, a red flag with health would be more of an STD, because that means you might have been loose or just not being cautious of who you're sleeping with. So,
but I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I hate to get medical and all of that, but you can't. Condoms don't protect you from herpes or HPV and genital warts. Like, that's a skin virus, a virus that lives on the skin. You can have a condom, and if the testicles are slapping your thigh, your labia, your anus, your butt cheeks, or whatever, like, you can get it. So
that's why I said it could be. I might feel a little bit like, you know, maybe.
But that don't mean that they was loose. That they could have been protected, and it just happened. You know,
they could have just got it off the escalator and just touched on the surface.
Escalator, you riding on, Joe? Oh, I know you do live in Atlanta, so.
I'll touch nothing out.
The Magic City escalator, bitches just sliding down like, hey.
Yeah, sure.
Like out of focus right now. That's
I see a little. It's all right. We can still see your radiance coming through.
You still see my beauty,
we see your aura. We see your soul glow just shining through. Soul glow, just let your soul. No, back to the red flags. We pretty much hit a lot of them on the head. I can't really, you know, if you still live with your mother, but hold on, it's like levels to it. If you still live with your mama, but you're working towards, like, okay, I have the down payment for the house, I'm just waiting for that right time. But if you really just living with your mother and you're not doing anything, you're not saving, you have no future plans with that money, then it's a red flag. You're a mama's boy, you're not ready to cut the cord, and I can't.
I think just to piggyback off of what B's saying, like, you never had your own. Like, you don't know what it's like to
be on your own,
and have responsibility and be an adult, you know, and you've never lived on your own. Like, I feel like that's a problem, especially in our community, the Black community. Like, Joe, of course, we're gonna make an exception for you because we know you're a homeowner and you're a single dad and all of these things.
Yada 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 yada.
But there are some men, and I'm pretty sure you know a few. You don't have to say no names,
I'll never.
confidentiality purposes.
Uh-huh.
There are men that just go from relationship to relationship, and that is their crib. Like they change a relationship, they change their address. They never, even above, like, save that for your 30s. Like, get it out the way. But if you in your 40s now, there's no excuse why you've never signed your own lease. Know what it's like to have utilities in your name. Know what it's like to
pay rent every month.
Rent and be an adult. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a red flag to me because then he can't understand what I'll go through. And, he
can't stay up till 4:00 in the morning and fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go to work in the morning. I got bills to pay. Like,
right.
Ding ding ding. You made me think of a story. Bam.
It's story time.
So I have many uncles, and only my family members know what uncle I'm talking about. I have an uncle that told me a few years back, he's like, Joe, and he's a funny dude. He's like funny as hell. That's probably why he draws so many women, because I'd be surprised about how the women he be getting. He was like, Joe, you need to stop messing with pretty girls and get you an ugly girl or a big girl.
I feel the same way about men. So I don't good advice.
Yeah, that's what he said. But that's what he based it on, and that's how he lived his life. Like he always got stuff from them, those type of people, those type of women. I'm saying people like they're a whole different race. So and he was just but he based it on pretty much on the fact of manipulation. Like this is if you don't want to do nothing for yourself, they're gonna take care of you. That's how he pretty much put it to me. That's how I took it. And that's how I see him live his life as that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like oh man, I don't want to get too deep into it, but he manipulated women to do things for him to where they caught records, for themselves. I was like, wow. Yeah. And he took straight advantage of that, and that was crazy. But I mean, he's living his best life now, but just and you know what I'm saying? And I think those are, that's a definite red flag. I would say he probably have his own place. I guess if he did it, or unless it was in their name, and he was just staying there. But yeah, he never. I mean, I can say never, but that was during that time period. That's what he was doing. So taking straight advantage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, red flags are all there out there.
Well, there's women that do the same thing to men. So
yeah, that's true. Straight fact.
I don't like that. So if you just have my boyfriend
and got money, and they take advantage, and it's all wrong.
I said it. So, what about a person that is not even mismanaging any money? Someone that has got, let's say they handle their business, but they constantly are broke. They paying for their own spot. They paying their bills. They take care of their stuff. Would you consider that a red flag or mismanagement of money?
It's a red flag, but it's one of those. It's like half because that's something that you can help them with if you're like willing to. The relationship is willing to grow, whatever. Then you could be like, "Listen, let me help you with your finances because you're not doing this right." Mm-hmm. If you make some bills on time,
who's gonna help them with their finances?
I'm saying if you're dating somebody, you really like them, and you're in a relationship, and you notice he pays all his bills on time, but like Joe said, he might just like be living check to check because he's splurging on fantasy football. I don't fucking know. If you're a girl and y'all willing to like make it work, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving advice or saying, "Hey, why don't you, try to do this, try to save some money or whatever, cut back on A, B, and C." So, is it a red flag? Yeah, it is, but it's something that's workable, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, like I said, because it's not going to be universal, so one red flag might not be a red flag for you versus somebody else. So that's what I wanted to.
Now,
what about how they dress? How they dress in public?
That's a red flag. I don't give a fuck. Listen, that is a red flag. If you ain't got no swag, it's a red flag.
Oh no, man.
I can't be dressing no grown man. When we showing up in no colorful suits, I can't do it. When we showing up in them upstate Timbs with the one sole, I can't. I just can't. I like to dress nice. There's too many examples out there. You can always, as a guy, you can always get a fitted, a white tee, a pair of Timbs, and a pair of blue jeans. Like, you good to go. It don't take much. Like, nah. Like, y'all know how I feel about clothes.
I will say I'm not super strict about dressing for the guy, because that just means all the attention is going to be on me, because I'll be the best dressed one, you know.
But how about if he can't dress and he still think he dresses fine? Like, you ever met a guy?
I don't care. Like, I feel like that's less women that's gonna be looking at him, you know. Everybody else gonna be looking at him like, look at this corny ass. He don't even know how to dress. Meanwhile, he's paying for the meal. He's paying, you know,
everything.
I don't care about how he dresses. Like, as long as my outfit is on point and I'm the star, like, I don't care.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's various opinions. Everybody got different angles.
I mean, me and B, we similar, but we different. Like, she be like, no, his shoes gotta go, blah blah blah. I don't care. Like, I don't care how. No, because then
you can't. Like, if you got on high waters and you're just looking crazy, I can't deal with it. But if you just don't know how to coordinate, like, I can say, look,
he might have like a nice personality. He might have a whole vibe.
He might be an artist.
Right.
That's different. That's what I'm saying. It's different. If you're artistic and you're wearing but if you just cannot dress, like you stuck in the 90s. Remember the guys used to wear the long shirts that look like dresses? You telling me
he dresses like that? You're extreme.
Let me tell you something. Where I live, they dress like the Baltimore in the 90s. It looks great. It looks like the corner out here. They wearing those long ass shirts, baggy, dirty jeans, beef and broccolis that's leaned over. Nah, blue jackets. I cannot. Like, I'm not a label whore, but like I said, H&M is very reasonable. You can go to H&M and get a cute little fit, a decent fit. You don't roll up in them long ass t-shirts that's covering your knees, baggy jeans.
Nobody you are so dramatic.
Y'all don't understand. It's just
they don't do the LL Cool J with the one pants leg up.
See, this is what I'm saying.
See,
where you at, Mel?
Maybe that's why I like dressing is not like, I don't like trends. Like trendy guys. I like very like just
you got your own style.
You can't go wrong with simple music. Like, when you try to like stay on top of the trends, that's when you go wrong. A guy that can like wear like a nice button down, like a pair of loafers. I like kind of geeky types or whatever. Some like straight leg jeans, a blazer, like
boot cut jeans or straight leg? Boot cut?
straight leg. I'm not like super superficial when it comes to like how the man dresses. Like, I'm gonna be more worried about my outfit, and I want everybody to be looking at me.
So they could be like, oh man, she's way out of his league.
Yes. And then he'll treat me accordingly. But if he's like dressing fly and he gotta have swag and then that means like I'm gonna be watching him when he goes to the bathroom, because he gonna want everybody to see his outfit. He gonna want to be the star of the show. No, thank you.
What if you to see his outfit? What if he's dressing for you? What if he's like, he ain't
gonna be dressing for me? No,
they do.
He gonna tuck that front part of his shirt in so everybody can see his Gucci belt.
Yeah,
that's different.
I don't like guys that are like too into like how they dress. That's just like a personal preference for me.
Okay.
I like it.
If you're stuck in the 90s, it's a red flag. You need to wake up.
Well, yeah, if you stuck in it, but
if you're
then
stuck in the 2000s, it's a red flag. I'm telling you, I saw them with them t-shirt dresses on, and that's a red flag. Like you really throw back. I can't. That means you got an Obama phone.
they didn't have no Obama phones in the 90s.
Yeah.
You got have phones.
Whatever. You smoke beaties and you got an Obama phone.
Who you say he smoked beaties?
I'm not with it. It's all about like you said. If you present yourself nice and you have a decent outfit, I'm okay with that. I'm not a label whore, but I mean, damn, I do some shit out here.
So what about Brandy? So real quick, what if his sneakers is dirty or Tim's is dirty?
Dirty from what though? Like just dirty? Like dirty?
Yeah, like don't take care. Like
he better be coming home from work. He better do construction.
Right. And if they're dirty, that means that's hygiene. So like you said, the teeth and the pussy, I feel like if you are dirty, your ass and your balls is dirty. It goes hand in hand. Everybody can wipe down their sneakers. I don't care. I would rather my man or the person I'm dating or anybody out there to get a nice, decent pair of shoes from wherever, Payless. I keep saying H&M because they got really nice stuff. H&M, then trying to buy, that's a red flag. Hold on, knockoff. Oh my God, if you buying knockoff shoes,
Levi Tim's ain't gonna work.
Huh?
Levi Tim's ain't gonna work.
Like I said, if you buying knockoff shoes, knock it off. Please, I'd rather you just get a pair of steel-toe boots that look like Tim than buying like knockoff sneakers. Because if the soles fall off when we out and about,
gonna be left right there. You're gonna leave him right where he at.
I'd rather you just get a regular pair of sneakers. Just don't buy nothing that's supposed to be Yeezys and they Sneezies or Jordans and they're supposed to be Jordans. Please.
That's crazy. All right. Well, cool. I think this is a pretty good topic. We could go on forever and ever because they're gonna start coming up out of our heads left and right. And the good thing about it is to point out is that just because we have red flags, everybody may not consider it a red flag for them. So as we've seen, we went amongst each other, around each other, discussing different things. So I think for the most part, it was a great topic. Actually, I didn't even say it.
And thank you for our listeners.
Yeah, the participation was good. I'm glad y'all put it out there, Candace, Vanessa. Y'all put some stuff out there that we could discuss. Once again, we are going to go over. We do have tonight's special
contest,
but we're gonna pay $30 to your Cash App.
That's right.
We can verify that you shared our show multiple times. We're gonna see who's gonna share the most by 11:59 tonight, and we'll be sending that $30 straight to your Cash App
tomorrow.
12 o'clock.
We'll announce the winner tomorrow.
We'll announce the winner tomorrow. Yes. Cash App you the $30 if you share our show. The most. Whoever shares it the most.
You gotta be of course, you gotta be a like. You have to be a member or subscribed, all that good stuff. You got to be all MelBee's tea, decked out, all that good stuff.
You got to be team MelBee's tea.
That's right.
Okay.
Right. And a cup of Joe. Don't forget
that. Yes, and a cup of Joe. That's how you qualify. Yeah. Okay. You're not here to play.
Subscribe to our YouTube. You have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. MelBee's tea and a cup of Joe. Like, comment, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get that money, and we're gonna have more contests, more games. We love the interaction, and yes. So
and we here to stay. Like B mentioned on our earlier podcast, like we here to stay. We're not going nowhere. So stay tuned every Sunday at 6 p.m. 6
ish.
We're working on it.
We color folks, so CP time.
Right.
And just to let y'all know that $30 is coming from your boy personally, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm stepping up. I will go ahead and I'm gonna send that on behalf of MelBee's tea. It's coming from me directly. So we definitely want you to go ahead and do that so that you representing us and like we represent y'all. And we look forward to seeing the results at the end of the night.
Yes. Yes.
So even if you didn't comment, you know you heard us. Go ahead and share. It's the easiest thing ever for $30, boy.
$30 for real. That's a washing set. That's a little gel manicure. Well, powder, because I like the powder dip better. Ladies, powder dip. I like
That might be gas.
for the guys.
$30. It could be some bud. Like, you never know. $30 is $30. We don't care what you do with it. All we care about is you sharing this live.
Yeah.
You know, sharing, and you have until 11:59. So get on it. You still have time. If you watch it later, if you watch the playback, whatever. But we have to be able to verify.
That's right.
That you shared it. Because we could check.
We definitely know.
We can check. And we will be, you know, because we want to have more contests. So we're gonna, you know, announce the winner. And we also ask that the winner post a screenshot of the Cash App in the comments so people know we legit. Like, we not, you know, we hope we have people that share the live so that we can give this money away. But when you win, tell everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, because we definitely gonna get like 8 people to put $30 in, and we gonna flip it to 800. All right, so you gotta look out for that.
Oh, baby, he boiling now. Y'all better get on it.
But all right, y'all. Well,
before we sign out, I know I'm sorry, y'all, but I have to just say rest in peace to Alex Trebek. I feel so bad about that. Like, I was
I'm like, first of all, when you text me earlier today, like, I was just in my own little world. I'm like I'm super duper Jeopardy fan. Like, I will battle. I can battle anybody in Jeopardy. Ain't nobody messing with me. Nah, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm really not kidding. But no, I was like so devastated.
Yeah,
when you told me that earlier, I was just like, this is crazy.
He's one of those celebrities, one of the few celebrities that I just like. That should hurt. Me and my son, that was our thing. We watched Jeopardy every day. 7 o'clock, we was on that couch watching Jeopardy, but rest in peace, and to all the fallen people in 2020, like, hopefully next year brings us joy, happiness, love, abundance, and good health, because this year has...
But I also want to say, like, Alex Trebek, he had a very long, fulfilling life. Yeah. Like, I was watching an interview with him earlier in the year, and he kind of like left it up in the air if he was going to come back for the next season. And he knew that he was sick. You know, he was struggling with cancer. I forget what type of cancer he had. But he was like battling with it for a while. But he was 80 years old. Like, 80 years old is not young. Like, of course, everybody wants to live. I know I'm going to live to be 120. But, you know, everybody wants to live to the old. But 80 is a good, you know, time. Especially when you've accomplished so much. We have to give him props for just accomplishing so much and blessing us with Jeopardy every night. And I just love him, and I'm gonna miss him so much.
And hopefully they don't put Anthony Anderson in his place, because we need somebody fresh and different.
I don't think anyone could ever replace him. Just end the show. Like,
he was so good looking at his age. He still looked really good. He was just
just put it in syndication and just let me watch the reruns. Like, I don't want nobody to replace him.
No. But we do like to leave you off with an affirmation to go into the week. So I'll start with mine. Love, peace, and happiness, and abundance, and joy. Joe?
My affirmation for the week would be get that money, that $30. All right.
I like that.
Get money.
Yes, I like that.
I want to say forgive. Like, forgive yourself, forgive those who, you know, you feel like wronged you, because you don't want to carry that around with you. People out living their best lives, and you holding on to something that you haven't let go of. So just let go, you know, forgive people, for they do not know what they have done.
Okay, Lauren.
No, seriously, like, forgive so you can like live your life and be happy. And yes, get that money.
Yes.
But forgive first.
Yeah. Forgive and don't forget to share our podcast. MelBee Seen a Couple Pro. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And we are signing out. We will see you next Sunday, 6-ish, because we call it later.
Later.
Bye.